Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And I should have the Halloween tarot out for this reading, but I've got the cute ghost tarot on the tarot table because we are looking at the kids again, Archie and Lily, because we have seen them again on social media. Megan put up a reel on Instagram of a family outing to a pumpkin patch somewhere in California. Not a very glamorous one, I have to say, but they clearly shut it down. So it was just the Parkles who were there. And a bit like the Disney visit, just the Parkles there. No interaction between Archie and Lily and other kids, which I find quite strange. Also, rather strange, no obvious interaction between Archie and Lily. In fact, it was a very uncomfortable little reel to watch, in my opinion. Harry and Meghan were holding hands at one moment. They couldn't have stood further apart if they had tried. Their body language was awful. It was a very gloomy, very sad looking reel. The only obvious interaction was, strangely, between Archie and Marcus that I could tell. And the other strange thing about the reel was Lily was there in her pajama bottoms again. Those unfortunately rather tight-fitting pajama bottoms, which I don't think are appropriate to show on social media, given the current state of the world and the people who watch social media. But anyway, and of course the unbrushed hair. So we're going to have a look at the dynamic that's going on, because it looked like people who don't necessarily live together, who were herded into a pumpkin patch to pose for an Instagram reel. I want to know what's going on. Inquiring minds. And also I think we're very close to a big reveal of the kids' faces, because if you pause the video at certain moments when Harry was carving that pumpkin, you can actually see Archie and Lily's faces. Don't know if that's intentional or not, but you can see them. So, what does Madame have left in her arsenal? Not much, I would say. So kids, I guess, are going to be revealed sooner rather than later. Anyway, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's the vibe with Harry and Meghan at the moment. And do they all live together in one place as a family unit? I want to know why Doria suddenly popped up. She's been missing for a long time. What's the deal with Marcus? Where does he fit in? We have looked at this, of course, with Marcus quite recently. I want to look at the kids and their interactions with each other, because there is a lot of speculation that they might be living separately. Say Archie living with Harry and Lily living with Meghan. There's speculation about that. So I want to know how the kids interact with each other and then with other kids. So we're covering a lot of ground in this reading. And then finally I want to know about Lily and why she's let out the house like this and put on social media in her pajamas and with that very wild looking hair. It just looks like it just hasn't seen a hairbrush in many days. And what's her relationship with Meghan? I mean, she might be one of those little girls that has a tantrum every time a hairbrush gets near her. I've been there, done that. So it's possible that it's just that, but still, it's troubling. And the motivation for this reading is really concern for the vibe of that family, the energy that they were displaying. What is going on? That is where I'm coming from. I need to make it clear this is a tarot reading, and it is really for entertainment purposes. And it is all speculation and all my opinion. I read energy, and I want to know what the energy in this family is. What's the vibe? What's going on? And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. So it's all about the kids today, and in the following reading as well. That's it. That's where we are. That's what we've got. We've got the Lovers. It's quite an odd card, and I'm being prompted to bring the next card as well. So we've got a little 2-card reading as our underlying energy. The Lovers with the Ten of Swords. That's our underlying energy. I very seldom am prompted to do this, but I was told immediately you need to clarify that Lovers card with the Ten of Swords, 10 of Blades, that's right next to it in this tarot deck, in this cute ghost tarot. Very, very bad situation going on with the happy couple. The 10 of Swords is endings. 10s are always ending energy, and 10 of Swords is a very bad ending, a ruinous ending, absolute calamity for the happy couple. So I think there's our little 2-card reading. That's just the way the energy was flowing for me, what I was prompted to do. So let's move on to the heart of this reading. We're looking at the family unit, the dynamics, what's going on. I've got the Creator, and it's in reverse. The Magician, it would be traditionally in Rider-Waite Tarot. The Creator card, and it's in reverse. It is literally creation. The Magician creates, manifests, brings forth something out of nothing with all of those skills. It has all of those elements available to it, that energy. It's in reverse. When it's in reverse, it's a card that I really don't trust and I really don't like. It's trickster energy, and it's very much PR and very much spin. And as I was saying, the Real gave the energy for me, and for many people whose comments I saw around and about through the course of the day, gave the energy of people who didn't want to be there, who were forced together to put on some sort of display for publicity purposes. It was uncomfortable, it was awkward, it was inauthentic, it was contrived and forced. All of that kind of stuff is described by the Creator card in reverse. And I don't think anyone who's really fooled by it, unless you really very seriously are invested in Harry and Meghan as this happy couple, not 10 of Blades, and you really want to believe things for your own sad reasons. That's my personal opinion. Let's move on to Harry and Meghan then, and the dynamic between them right now. What's the vibe? What's going on? Got the Hanged One, limbo, waiting, dangling there. You could see it. You could see that they just don't want to be with each other. And I think particularly Harry's like the victim, the sacrifice. That's the Hanged One. It's illusory energy. It's Neptunian energy, the Hanged One, traditionally in tarot. So going through the motions. Oops. Sorry about that loud clunk. That was a microphone that just fell right off, and it had been put on very well. It's just leapt off. And that's the Hanged One energy. So I hope you could hear the first part of this reading. If not, I'll have to try and redo the beginning. I'll check it as I upload it. But that is energy of sacrifice and victim. Somebody who doesn't have their own agency. Someone who's waiting desperately to be cut down and set free. Allowed to go off and live their own life, and really very uncomfortable energy. And as I was saying when the microphone jumped off, it was illusory energy, the pretense, the Neptunian energy. So let's move on. Let's ask if they are living together, Harry, Meghan and the 2 children, as a family unit. And I've got the 8 of Sticks, and it's in reverse. That tells me no. It's progress, forward motion and communication, the 8 of Sticks. And it's very often Cupid's arrow as well. And we've got the Lovers as our underlying energy here. Cupid's arrow has missed its mark. It's landed on the ground. It's broken. The communication between them is broken. The forward movement is stopped. It's blocked. So whatever was going on in their relationship, in my opinion, is now stopped. They have hit a wall. And I don't think with that energy that they are living together, the 4 of them. Never mind the add-ons, Doria and Marcus. So let's get to Doria and Marcus. Doria popped up again. She popped up with Oprah very recently. She was sighted. There's long been questions, where's Doria? Where's Doria? She hasn't been seen with Harry and Meghan for a very long time, and rumor had it she had left Mudslide Mansion. She'd gone home. She'd fallen out with Meghan. So what's the deal with Doria? She suddenly shows up. 5 of Cups. She's not happy to be there. And as I say, you didn't have to be a psychic to realize that the vibe in that little scenario was very off. And the 5 of Cups is, it's regret energy. It's sorrow. It's uncomfortable, unpleasant energy. A lot of people speculate that she's there out of mercenary reasons, let's put it like that. That's not mercenary energy, that's regret energy for me. It's looking at a situation that might have at some stage been quite a happy situation for her, given her some pleasure. It isn't anymore. And I would say even being with the children for her right now is unpleasant, and that is quite shocking for me as an energy reader. We of course don't really know origins of those children, which could make it more difficult for her. I don't know. I'm speculating wildly. We're going to be looking at the origin myth again in the next reading, just so you know. Let's look at Marcus. Marcus is everywhere all the time. A lot of speculation that Marcus actually lives with Meghan. I'm not going to say Harry and Meghan because I don't think that Harry and Meghan live together. That's my personal opinion. So let's look at Marcus. What's the deal with Marcus in this family relationship? I've got the 9 of Sticks and it's in reverse. It's a very unhappy little card, the 9 of Sticks. It's the wounded warrior, somebody who's been through it and who is really struggling, who's really falling down. And that's Meghan's energy, and I think he's there as a prop. I think he's there as a buffer between Harry and Meghan, because the 9 of Sticks is about boundaries, and she needs boundaries and she can't maintain her own energy. And I guess that if Harry and Meghan are together, somebody needs to be there to kind of wrangle them, to keep them, to keep the pretense going, to keep Harry on track, to keep Meghan on track. That's how it's reading for me. He's her security blanket. He's her comfort. It's not a relationship as such kind of an energy. It's there as moral support. It's there as protection. It's there as some kind of a boost, because she is so down. She's so vulnerable. And again, the buffer energy. Somebody needs literally to be a buffer between Harry and Meghan right now. That's how I'm reading it. Both of these energies are very, very negative. They are miserable. The situation in the family unit is miserable. What's coming off the Doria card and the Marcus card in this energy reading for me, my opinion, my interpretation. So let's move on to the kids. I'm a bit scared to move on to the kids, I have to tell you, but I want to know how Archie and Lily get on, how they interact. We haven't seen any real interactions between them that we can gauge, so we're asking at an energetic level, what's going on? And I've got the 7 of Sticks. That's not happy, playful energy. That's defensive energy, the 7 of Sticks. It's self-protective energy. And it tells me that they don't interact very well. I'm picking my words as carefully as I can. I don't want to see this energy on the tarot table. I want to see that they get on, they have fun, they love each other, they play, they fight like normal kids that age do. And I'm not seeing it, not with that 7 of Sticks. I'm seeing isolated energy, self-protective energy. It's not blending, it's not interacting, it's not playing, it's not fighting. It's almost suspicious. It's almost like, who are you? That's the kind of energy that's coming through. Whether they are kept separately, got their own nannies, that kind of an energy, I don't know. Or they're living in different homes, I don't know. But that is not coming through for me as an energy reader as happy, playful, sibling energy. That's just how I'm reading it. So how about their interactions with other children? Now I'm viewing them as a unit, so they might interact quite differently. We've seen Archie at his surf camp through the summer, and he was cavorting, he was showing off in front of everyone. So we've seen that. We haven't seen Lily, as far as I can recall, interacting with any other children. Of course, the Disney trip was private. It was all the adults, the weird collection of adults and the bodyguards and the whatevers and the 2 kids, as far as I could tell. So how do they get on with other kids? Got the 9 of coins. And the 9 of coins is another very aloof energy. It's traditionally the single woman. So it's independent, it's being good on your own. I would say isolated. I would say kept apart, because they are special, they are treated as royalty. It's 9 of coins is all about the money, all about the privilege, the luxury, the good things in life, and being pampered and privileged. And so I don't think that they interact very often, my personal opinion, with just regular kids. Even if the regular kids are Montecito regular kids, so very wealthy kids, nepo babies, those kinds of kids, I don't see it. Not with that 9 of coins. I see that they live very exclusive and reclusive lives. That's my energy reading. It's how it's coming through for me as an energy reader. So let's look finally at Lily. What's the deal with Lily and the pajamas, what look like pajamas, leggings, whatever she's always in? And the hair that is quite wild and messy and causes a lot of comment around and about on social media. So what's with that? 10 of Cups, it's staged. It's very much a staging energy, the 10 of Cups. It's intentional. It's not because she's having tantrums and she refuses to dress up and have her hair brushed and, you know, tied or clipped or pinned or whatever the word is, can't think right now, braided, that kind of thing. It's an image that's been cultivated. The 10 of Cups is all about image, happy family image. I don't think we ever see Megan in her garden with shoes, or the kids with shoes, and Archie certainly through the course of that galloping around the pumpkin patch, the shoes were off and the little jacket was off as well, as a little quilted jacket that possibly was being merged, I'm speculating, because Megan had a matching quilted jacket. I think that this is intentional. We're wild and free. This is the antithesis of, no, sorry, that was a very ill pronunciation. Antithesis, sorry about that, of Princess Charlotte, who's always impeccably groomed. And this is the reverse. This is, see, we're in California, and it was California Dreaming was the soundtrack. A very beautiful but a very gloomy song to choose for your family outing to the pumpkin patch. But we're in California. This is how it happens in California. She's wild and free. I'm not going to curb her spirit. We saw that International Day of the Girl or something, I don't know what, and she was running around the garden barefoot in the same pajama outfit, different top, same pajama bottoms. That's why. It's cultivated. It's to prove that Lily is having a better life as a young girl than Charlotte is having in the UK. That's my opinion. So I'm actually quite relieved to see that. I want to know her relationship with Megan. I was going to say her mother, but let's just say with Megan. Is there anything to be worried about there, or is it a good, healthy relationship? 4 of Cups, it's not a good, healthy relationship energetically for me as a tarot reader, or my opinion, allegedly speculating, all of those things would cover all of this. 4 of Cups is indifferent, bored, apathetic. It's not emotional connection. There's a cup being offered and someone is rejecting it. I'm not sure how that goes for me. I'm not sure who's offering the cup and who's rejecting it. But it's not cozy, comfortable, loving energy. It's a kind of disconnect. So I think that there is a disconnection there between them that I find quite disturbing energetically, and yeah, it's troubling. Let's put it like that. I leave you to speculate on which way the disconnect goes. Maybe it's just mutual. Troubling energy. Anyway, there it is. That's the reading. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.